Tamar Braxton, the real reason behind the 2026 family conflict. It's been over 2 decades since we saw Towanda Braxton in the Starting Over house. But as they say, the more things change, the more things stay the same. Is Towanda still using the same secret squirrel tactics to isolate Tamar from the family? Today, we are diving into the fallout from their mother's new book, Toni's surprising decision to step back from the drama, and why Tamar feels more targeted than ever. Let's get into the full report. But before we do that, let me say this. There is so much going on in that family. I'm not going to be able to cover it all in just one video. So I'm going to have to make a number of videos, and I'm suspecting probably up to 12 videos. That's how crazy this situation has gotten. Believe me, there are layers as to why the Braxton family is so dysfunctional, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. That's being honest. So what exactly inspired this video today? There's a rumor going around saying that the Braxton sisters are back in another feud. Now, we don't know exactly what the argument was about, but I can tell you about the after effects of the argument. According to the rumors, the mother has decided to write a book, a biography about her life, and it's caused Toni to realize just how dysfunctional her family is. And it also caused her to realize that her mother isn't perfect, and she made some bad decisions in her past that affected her family. It also added to the family's dysfunction. Now, Toni Braxton isn't the type of person to put her mother on blast, start talking about these deep-seated issues that have been following the family since the beginning. She's also not going to point the finger at her mother and say, you did this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, and this is how it affected me. She just doesn't operate like that. So she made a conscious decision to be neutral when it comes to anything that's going to make her family look bad in the public eye. And let's not forget, Toni Braxton never wanted to do reality TV in the first place, especially with her family. She was already a Grammy award-winning superstar. And her instincts told her that going on reality TV with her family, that could possibly mess up her reputation. But according to the rumors, she was pressured by her sisters. They all wanted to launch a career. And let's just tell the truth. They wanted fame off of Toni. No reality TV show would have been made if there wasn't Toni Braxton involved. Then there was the pressure that Toni Braxton was getting from her mother. She always told Toni, make sure you look out for your sisters.
But the responsibility of it is so heavy for me. I feel I can never live my life. And I never used to say it. I never used to say anything to anybody, but since we've been doing this show.
So Toni felt guilt because she had gotten so much fame and money from singing that she felt the pressure to try to help out her sisters. Toni didn't realize just how deep Towanda's hatred for Tamar went. According to the rumors, Toni never even watched the show called Starting Over. Iyanla Vanzant was the star of this show, and the main purpose of the show was to help people psychologically with emotional trauma that they just couldn't get over. Towanda's trauma was her sister Tamar. She actually hated Tamar. According to the rumors, Iyanla told behind-the-scenes staff that Towanda's problems fell into the category of admiration turns into envy, turned into hatred. And once a person gets filled with hatred, it could actually lead to mental health issues. According to the rumors, Iyanla confided in someone, telling them that Towanda's hatred scared the hell out of her. And she was determined to help Towanda get out of that situation, which was admiration turned to envy, turned into hate.
I feel anger burning up inside of me. I feel hatred. Why don't you just let me be?
As Towanda starts singing, I realize the song is about anger and hatred, and she's singing it so well, I am horrified.
I feel anger. But the last part of it, right, is going to be kind of yelly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, with harmonies.
Yeah,
and of
yeah.
course, those are some pretty powerful lyrics there.
Yeah.
Does it ever get resolved?
No.
Oh, God.
Okay, thank you.
Iyanla even thought it was a good idea to bring Tamar on the show so these two could talk it out and remind Towanda that you do love your sister.
Tamar is coming over. It's my baby sister. And I'm excited. We're actually having a little celebration for my birthday.
I came here to basically get some answers and to straighten some things out because it's important to me that I know what's really going on.
How many pieces of chicken you frying with all that oil?
All of those.
I don't fry mine like that.
Tamar, I fry mine like my mother.
I know what I'm doing.
Tamar and I, we used to be two peas in a pod. And then our relationship broke when she signed a contract and didn't tell me about it.
Tamar, why you have to be so bossy? Do I boss you?
Yeah, you boss me around.
Why do you think that? I thought I was asking questions. I didn't say, get me that.
I'm really feeling that there's so much more that she's wanting to say to get off of her chest.
Put a little bit more flour in that.
Tamar, can I do my thing, please?
Dang, there's chicken burning.
It is not.
I just don't want you to feel like I took your opportunity away from you.
But that's how I felt. I did.
Did you fry chicken?
Towanda did.
You did? Yeah. I'm using this opportunity to talk to Tawanda's sister Tamar to get another side of the family story. I just want to see if there are any fine details that Towanda has left out.
And one of the fine details that Towanda left out, and Iyanla quickly realized, Towanda always hid her hatred for Tamar, making it appear is that she wasn't the only person that had these feelings towards Tamar. I would call this the recruitment stage. She always needed someone else to recruit, so Tamar doesn't realize this is all coming from Towanda.
You didn't know that she was hurt?
No.
No idea?
I knew at the time when I got my solo deal, because they stopped speaking to me.
What did you think was going on?
I didn't know. I think they were just upset at me for moving on.
Because we always did everything together.
It looked like she's isolating herself or having to isolate herself. And since she has been with Andre, it seems like it's been worse. I don't know if it's Andre who's uncomfortable or Tawanda's uncomfortable because Andre's uncomfortable.
Andre doesn't get along with the family.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
I don't want to say because I don't want to hurt nobody.
Okay, you whisper in my ear later because she don't need to know.
Andre has had one disagreement. That one silly argument turned into the division between my sister Trina and my sister Towanda.
And then that puts her in a position where
she's in the middle. And I feel bad. You can't choose between your husband and your family. You can't do that.
Tamar's sharing that this tension between Andre and other members of the Braxton family. Wonder why Towanda never said anything about that. All right, well, I'm going to leave you all to talk your sisterhood talk. I just had to come get a second opinion. Yeah. She told you she's losing her buds today.
They're graduating.
Buds.
Are you upset because I mentioned Andre?
No. Tamar, no. Are you feeling that?
A little bit. I'm feeling like you're feeling a little uneasy or attacked.
Because it just seems like you all pile up and attack me.
You talking about somebody feeling attacked? I felt attacked.
What Towanda was feeling about me leaving the Braxtons wasn't exactly what I know to be the truth.
It's not like I was maliciously doing something behind your back. What was I supposed to tell? Oh, Yada Yada record company is trying to holler at me about this, but don't tell the girls. It wasn't like that.
I'm not arguing with you.
No, I'm not arguing. We're not arguing.
I'm just saying that was my experience. My experience, my feeling.
I did what I had to do, and I felt like I did what was right at that time. And I felt like I was being punished for talking about it. To remind me and my older sister who went through that.
Forgive me for not being open and available for you to talk to, because maybe I wasn't doing something at the time for you to feel comfortable to come to me to talk to me about it. Tamar and I, we are rebuilding our relationship in a better way with, open communication and no judgments and all that. So I'm excited.
I don't want there to be division. I know everybody wants a perfect family, but I still feel like, through the obstacles that we've had, we can have what is close to what the perfect family is, but to be close.
That's the same thing I feel. I am so glad that Tamar came to see me. This was an emotional but fulfilling time spent with Tamar, a sister date with Tamar. Tamar, I love you.
I love you back.
Now, going to the starting over house with Iyanla, who everyone loves because she really helps a lot of people, except for Towanda. Because Towanda never was able to mention that she's jealous of Tamar. And that was before all of Tamar's accolades. And what Towanda was jealous of the most from Tamar was a gift given to Tamar from God. Tamar can sing. I kept seeing these reports about Tamar having what they called a whistle voice, and only 10 people in the entire country have it.
Number 9, Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton made a name for herself in the 90s by appearing as one part of the Braxtons, an R&B girl group consisting of Tamar and her 4 sisters. She then ventured off on her own and released various solo albums while appearing as a co-host on BET Hers The Real. Tamar proved her incredible vocal abilities on her song Let Me Know, where she can be heard hitting the whistle register. Many critics praised the song and singled out Braxton's vocals, with many comparing her to Mariah Carey.
When I found out about this, I thought Tawanda's really off her rocker. She wants to be compared to Tamar? Listen, only 10 people in the US sing like this, hit this certain note. That's being unreasonable. But instead of looking inside herself and saying, I have a talent too, or I'm good at something, like Toni did, Toni became the example of a baritone voice. But when you insist on wanting someone else's talent, you always come up empty-handed. And Tamar got a lot of accolades. She was Grammy nominated. She also became known for going on social media in her busted wig and no makeup and just singing like you would sing around the house. But people start saying that she sang so perfect that that could be recorded as a demo or a hit record. I mean, we all like to sing in the shower, but we don't think that it can come true. Even sang in front of a gospel audience. Now, we all know a gospel singer can sing, and brought the audience to their knees. There was all kind of standing ovations.
Yo, y'all remember when Tamar Braxton sung Be Grateful on Celebration of Gospel? It was so good. Let this bless you like it blessed me. Yeah, take a look at this.
And it's important that I tell you guys about these accolades so you would understand when we get further into the story. When you could take an already smash hit song like Superwoman by Karen White, and not only do you make it sound better than the original, you sing the song in front of the person who wrote it, Babyface. And impress Babyface, the same guy who said she shouldn't have a record deal back when they were a group, he was impressed. And check out the end. The audience lost their mind. And Babyface, he was having such a good time, you gotta watch it. Another standing ovation. So while Tracy and Toni were saying, yeah, she could sing, but so can I, Towanda never got to that point. She somehow blamed Tamar for her not having this successful singing career because in her mind, she thought she sang just as good as Tamar. And that's why there's this big saying that says, never envy anyone because you are not to have what they have. You're blessed in this way and they're blessed in this way. Stop comparing yourself to other people. So I agree with Iyanla. I think that admiration turns to envy, turns to hate. And once you get to hate, that turns into a mental health issue. I mean, think of anybody who hates anything. A racist who hates all blacks. They're out of there. All blacks or one black? All blacks. Anytime you reach the status of hatred, it turns into a mental health disease. And I've seen the pattern, not just for me, for everybody. When you go down that pattern of admiration, like, oh, I really like that Sherelle and Perry are been married so long, then it can turn into, well, I want that for myself. And then it turns into, this bitch thinks she's something special, and I'm gonna knock her off of her high horse and bring her down. And I'm not saying that's what happened to me. I just gave that as an example. I'm sure you can find this example in a lot of other people. But I had to do this video so you see how far back this goes and how deep it cuts for Towanda. So now that we know that their show, The Braxtons, will not be returning for a third season, and it wasn't even technically canceled, they put it on hiatus, and we'll go into a deep dive about that. But for now, just know that now that they're not on TV anymore, nothing has changed. They're still going back and forth. And this could be why Tamar last week was posting cryptic messages again, talking about how someone in her life was being two-faced. Most likely she's talking to Toni because Toni doesn't want to take a side anymore. And if you can't control Towanda and your mother can't control Towanda, what makes you think that Toni can? I understand the manipulation. According to the rumors, Toni did not invite Towanda to come on stage and dance in the middle of her singing one of my favorite songs, He's Not Man Enough. This was all a part of Towanda's plot, and we'll talk about this in detail in another video. But just know for now that Tamar still overreacts to Towanda's crazy schemes designed to make Tamar go crazy. You're still falling for it, but we'll go into detail in another video. Right now, I just wanted to let you guys know how deep Towanda's hatred for Tamar is. And the girl, it's turned into a mental health issue. It really has. And then what all that tweeting was about last week. All right, you guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. I want to leave you with this video footage of how Towanda expected to be serenaded by the audience when she publicly sang the national anthem. Instead of being serenaded, oh my God, videos like this flooded the internet, reminding her that, girl, you are not Tamar Braxton.
Words so gallantly streaming, and the light gets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that